How's it going, everybody, and welcome back. This is Wake Run Collapse. Welcome to the house of 1,000 packs, or 100 packs, or 90 packs, or 33 packs. It depends on how many I actually get out of this video, but my intention is to film this all in one take, get these 5 boxes open, and show you 100 more packs of Ultra Force. We did do boxes 3 through 5 yesterday, and the polls were interesting. So I'm going to say the polls were interesting. I am encouraged by the poll ratio. It definitely doesn't seem as though we're going to have a one in every other box kind of thing, unless we have a very odd distribution in our case. So we could be looking at a full art or better in every single box. We could be looking at a full art or better in most boxes. The sample size is just too small, but we'll know for sure by the end of this video. If we've got boxes with no full arts, we'll know, and if everything does have a full art inside, then 10 out of 10 usually points to an every box kind of thing. Unless it's Bandit Ring, which is just a goofy set. But in many ways, we really don't count that. I'd also like to apologize. I am going to unfortunately have to occasionally blow my nose. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't stop filming until I get better. That would be an excellent luxury to afford myself, and it's just simply not possible. Alright, let's get into this. I'm going to be employing the 2-pack at a time technique. It's really the best way to get through this. Get that over there. Because I know that you guys are not that attached to how the card trick goes or anything of that nature. So we're just going to go through it like this. And as we hit awesome cards, we'll stop, admire them, and sleeve them. You know what? I don't even need to turn them around, I guess. Guess I could just kind of show them. Oh, it's Dialga GX. We'll sleeve that in a second. Oh, it's not Dialga GX. Naganadel GX Full Art. Excellent. That's a new card for sure. Very pretty. Kind of indistinct. The card style, but zoom in 52 out of 50. Super rare. Show it in the low light, and unfortunately set it down because I really need to blow my nose right now. I apologize for this, guys. It's kind of an unwinnable situation. It's an imperfect solution. I had to film in the morning. Like, seriously, I got up like 15 minutes before starting to shoot this video. So it's really my only opportunity to do it. Otherwise, you're looking at a really odd situation of me filming like in the middle of the night, and that is not good for sleep. So I will suffer the slightly reduced quality of this video while I need to take occasional breaks to deal with that, and instead just go for a speed run of everything that is in these boxes. You're really looking for full arts and GXs and prism cards anyways, so I'm hopeful that my brain can hold out for a little while and not be a total, jerk about it. Well, there's a Lucario GX, so a lot of good stuff already out of these boxes. So I guess we'll sleeve you. Maybe we'll really bust out the big guns with the 10-box video and only sleeve the full arts. I don't know. I gotta say, getting towards the latter half of the case and not sleeving is like one of my favorite things to do. It really is. It just lets me focus on the process. As much as ooh, there's the Arceus Prism, only second time ever. It really helps me to like focus on the process. And I want to make sure that I get those, you know, slower style, savor the moment openings. But once we've opened a ton of boxes, like, there's really no room for that. So you got Chimchar, Fighting Energy, Magneton, Naganadel GX, Great Box, Unit Energy, Dewpider, Water Energy, Poipole, Rotom, and Enhanced Hammer. So I really crushed that pull ratio. The thing that really bothers me about a runny nose is that there seems to be no rhyme or reason as to why it shows up. Like, I filmed my 3-box opening yesterday, didn't bother me at all. I was not plagued by runny nose in the morning, which is often what happens when I'm feeling ill. But then, like, in the late afternoon yesterday and the early evening, it came around. By the time I went to bed, it was gone. Now that I'm up and filming, it's a pain in the ass again. I just don't understand sometimes. And of course, stuff like that makes me want to get through the opening as fast as possible, so I'm taking fewer and fewer breaks for something that is unfortunately absolutely necessary. Alright, well, box 1 is down, and the pulls were sweet. Got ourselves a nice shiny new full art. Still looking for our first ultra rare, but we've already got a hyper rare down in the books. And with 14 more boxes to go, I have hope that this set that was fairly well maligned at the beginning is actually going to give off some good stuff for us. And I mean, rightfully so. It's a completely unimpressive set. But when you couple kind of like a crappy lower tier set with good pull ratio, the enjoyment factor absolutely goes up. And I don't know how you guys feel about the mirror foil aspect. To me, it doesn't add much. I would absolutely rather, instead of a mirror foil set of reprints, they had a regular non-mirror foil set of new cards, of new artwork, stuff that really like contributes to the collection. I think that's at the crux of a lot of the problems that Sun and Moon is facing. They're pushing for additional product because they know people will buy it. Like, they know that I will purchase boxes for my channel, at least in the short term. They know I'll purchase boxes for the channel, so they just print stuff, whether it's already been on display or not. And that devalues the experience more than anything else. Like, I remember how much fun it was to do Collection Sun and Collection Moon, and it was, you know, an exciting concept. They were doing, you know, Sun and Moon packs. The card style was different. We had 30-pack booster boxes, and I know that the expense was higher, but it was still really fun to open all those boxes. But to have so much of that kind of pushed aside by the time, like, Sun and Moon 2 had come out, they had it was like random deck openings with the fully evolved starters, which is not cool. I didn't enjoy that really. And then Sun and Moon 1 Plus, and to lose all the momentum of a new era, of a new generation, so quickly was bothersome, to say the least. Not much going on in this box so far. Looks like all the good stuff's waiting until the end. Like 12 packs in already, and all we have is that one GX to show for it. Let's turn it around, shall we? That turns it around. You can get back there. That's okay. Nice. All right, so that's beautiful, and I'm guessing this is. I actually don't know what this is called. I gotta look this up. Is it Rainbow Energy? Did we make like an ultra rare Rainbow Energy? Hang on a second. I actually have to take out my phone and find out. I never looked to see what the ultra rares are in the set. That's kind of sad, I know. Ultra Force. Because when I was actually looking up the translations for these, Bulbapedia didn't have like a list. Oh. Oh, cool. This is Energy Recycler. That's exciting. Speaking of Bandit Ring, that was a Bandit Ring card, right? Ooh, pretty. It's gold border. Right in the center there, we've got 61 out of 50. So I believe that is the first numbered ultra rare. Because you have the 4 full arts, the 4 hyper rares, and then the 2 full art supporters in Crasher Wake and Ultra Recon Squad. So hey, first ultra rare Sun and Moon 5+. Ooh, I'll take it for sure. That is awesome. Now we gotta find another Prism card and another GX. In all likelihood. Oh, and there's our Beast Energy Prism card, which we really don't need to spend any time with, as it's my 5th. You can just pound through and get the last 4 packs opened. Maybe. So you got Riolu, Fighting Energy, Turtwig, Lucario GX, alright, Aqua Patch, Prinplup, Metal Energy, Monferno, Toxicroak, and Super Scoop Up. And the last 2 packs of box number 7. I think another thing that a set like this lacks, in comparison to, like, let's take Sun and Moon 2+ as a comparison. So with Sun and Moon 2+, even though the the sets had a lot of reprints in them and stuff, they had tons of regular cards that were really interesting, that people wanted to collect for themselves, that were tougher to find or just more prestigious. And a set like this doesn't really seem to capitalize on that. Hold on. I'll make my point in a second. Sorry, I know the sound is less than pleasant. It's not the worst sound you've heard on this channel. So, like in a set like this, you have Buzzwole and Xerkatree. And like the Necrozma cards are, I guess, in that, but we just had them as GXs, so I don't find that that's all that exciting either. But in the other sets, you had like all the Tapus and the Alolan Ninetales and like a bunch of other cards that were exciting for people to make them want to collect. Solgaleo and Lunala. And here I don't know that that's necessarily the case. I mean, I like seeing the Garchomp, but do you guys? Is that a card that brings you to the yard? Probably not. Actually, we ended up getting the Necrozma and the Buzzwole to kind of like, not disprove my point, but you know what I mean. Or like Salazzle would show up, and Salazzle was a little bit rarer or a little bit cooler at the time, so I don't know, I think those sets kind of carried a little bit better. So we get our Arceus Prism, you know, on a box-to-box basis. It was weird. I took out 2 sleeves at once, and I caught the other sleeve with my leg. Raw talent, people, I'm telling you, raw talent. So you got Prinplup, Electric Energy, Monferno, Necrozma, Torterra, Uxie, Psychic Energy, Azelf, another Naganadel GX Full Art, super rare version, and an Ultra Space. Alright guys, we need to start watching for something. When we pull a Uxie in the first pack, in the first card of the pack, we need to check to see if Azelf is in the same pack, and a Psychic Energy. Let's try to remember that, shall we? Or if he shows up as the last card of the pack if it affects it. GX coming, Dialga, and Super Scoop Up. We're making up for our lack of Dialgas in some places with a whole bunch here. So I have a small thing planned for the 10 box opening. Oh, Palkia, wow. Coming on strong now. I have a small thing planned for it. It's nothing terribly ornate. It's just a fun little thing that I wanted to add to my 10 box Sun and Moon 5+ opening. And you guys will see it when that video comes out. I thought it was the right amount of stupid and goofy. And it's something I kind of had in my possession anyways, so might as well go with it. So even with our minor interruptions, we're staying pretty much on the pace that we set in the previous 3 boxes. And there's a Lucario GX. So another 3 GX box. Plus the full art. Plus the Prism card. I can get used to that. As I said, pull ratio doesn't solve all, but it makes it a lot easier to deal with. Now we just need a full art Lucario, and we need a full art Crasher Wake, and we need a full art Palkia. And that will complete our super rare set. Love to get one of those in the next 2 boxes. Really just whatever I can do to get new cards is what I'm looking for. Gible, Water Energy, Turtwig, Crasher Wake, and Xurkitree. I know that these are going to be my packing peanuts for this box. So let's crack it to the last 2. And we've got Magnemite, Fighting Energy, Piplup, Garchomp, Ultra Recon Squad, Toxicroak, not Toxicroak, Croagunk, I've probably said that a million times now. Metal Energy, Riolu, Unit Energy, and Enhanced Hammer. So that's box number 3 in the books, another Naganadel, full art for us. Cool thing about choosing to demonetize my channel is that nobody has to sit through ad breaks right now. Unless, of course, you're watching this in the future and YouTube has somehow gotten their crap together and I've remonetized it, in which case, hey, sorry I lied to you. Anyways. Box number 9. Oh. It's kind of fun. Kind of like doing it this way. So I know that the channel is winding down and there's much confusion surrounding it, and people struggle with the notion that I said that I was going to leave YouTube in a few months, and therefore it means that I must leave immediately after making that announcement. So that pops up in comment sections, like, I won't say all the time, but enough. Ooh, Lucario. But there's too much unfinished business. I want to rock out with a master set. I want to have had a master set at some specific point in time. Like if I were to say that this is my last set, which it is not, I'm definitely doing at least Sun and Moon 6. And probably the couple after that, Dragon Storm and Champion Road. That's currently what I'm aiming for. I want to have completed every set at the time that I stop. But I still need to put in some extra work for that. Like, I just bought the Acerola Super Rare finally, because I had to accept the fact that it wasn't going to drop in price, as annoying as that is. It's me! My own full art. About damn time, you guys. I've been supporting you for years. I'm putting all your kids through college and stuff. Anyways, this is the Crasher Wake full art. Yep, it's me, and there's no way you can get this card off of me. This is probably going to be in my coffin at the end of my life in, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, Crasher Wake full art. Coming at ya. Very exciting. So we've got the 56 out of 50 super rare. Digging it. So I don't know exactly his deal. If he was like supposed to be like a wrestler style person or whatever. Like I said, I'm not very familiar with the characters in the show or in the games. I just don't follow the lore much. But I was cracking up when I found out that there was such a thing as a Crasher Wake. Because if he was in 4th gen, I wouldn't have made the connection playing the games, because Wake Run Collapse wasn't a thing back in like 2006. Whenever that was happening. If his name were Crasher and then my first and last name, I probably would have made a connection, but it turns out Wake Run Collapse not my real name. Speaking of wrestlers, there was a question at trivia tonight, and I have not watched WWE in at least 15 years. I think the last WrestleMania I saw was the one where Austin beat the crap out of The Rock with a chair, and then they like shook hands at the end. Was that 17? I think that was WrestleMania 17. I think that's the last WrestleMania that I watched. And they asked a question at the bar at trivia. And the question was, and I'm sure for some of you this is going to be like maddeningly easy. Who has held the WWE title the most times? It was 16 times, and he said, and the last time they won it was in January of 2017. So like I had no frame of reference for that. The annoying thing is, as it turns out, apparently Ric Flair also held the title 16 times, and if he hadn't said January of 2017, I would have answered Ric Flair. But where he said a more recent name, it was kind of a toss-up for me as to whether it was I figured it was either Triple H or John Cena, and I guessed Triple H, as it turns out. Most of you probably know that I was wrong. It was weird. There's still 2 cards in this pack. Didn't come out. But it just goes to show, and then there were other weird questions that we happened to get right. Like MagF got the question, how many championships did Babe Ruth win in his career? Like between time with the Red Sox and time with the Yankees. She got that right. It's 7, by the way. And a Daganadel GX to finish out the box. And like, I know weird stuff too, that has no actual basis, but I guess that's what trivia is for. And Pokemon cards are for frying pans. And no, Crasher Wake does not look like me, but in 10 or 15 years probably will. So what do we want out of here? Out of box number 10. I mean, if I were to pie in the sky it, I would say, give me an ultra rare Lucario, like a hyper rare Lucario. But really, I'm just hoping for a new card. New card is what we look for. We have 3 hyper rares, 2 ultra rares, 2 super rares out there that we have not yet picked up. So that's our goal. So we'll keep it simple and say that. Just a new card. We need Palkia and Lucario for super rares. We need every hyper rare but Dialga. And we need every ultra rare except for Energy Recycler. There's Palkia GX. Yep, Uxie, Psychic Energy, Azelf. Some things come as advertised. So we got Snover, Metal Energy, Gabite, Unit Energy, Toxicroak, Torterra, Psychic Energy, Araquanid, Garchomp, and Aqua Patch. Linguistic gymnastics going on here, guys. Be proud if Susie Dent were here. She would be proud. But alas, she is not here. It's another me! Someone's gonna get a me. And a little me behind it. That's funny. Alright, so not a new card, but a cool moment, and a guarantee that someone's literally going to be able to purchase a full art of myself from me, and I didn't have to create it on my own. That's kind of exciting. So we did pull 2 pairs of full arts in this video, with the double Naganadel and the double Crasher Wake, but we did get the Ultra Rare Energy Recycler 2. So it wasn't like the most productive, but we did not duplicate any of our pulls from boxes 1 through 5. So I guess that's cool. So we got Dewpider, Water Energy, Poipole, Beast Energy, Enhanced Hammer, Magnemite, Metal Energy, Torterra, Necrozma, and Torterra. Did I say Torterra? Grottle Torterra. There's your Beast Energy. Let's get rid of some packs here. Squeaky chair, squeaky chair. So it doesn't look like we'll quite get under 30 minutes, but that I never thought was realistic. But we have sped through pretty quickly by virtue of getting those duplicated pulls. Don't have to spend much time messing with the low light if you don't get new pulls to show people. Or if your scissors are a pain in the ass. Riolu, Fighting Energy, Turtwig. You know what? I'm not going to name him anymore. Let's just finish it up, right, Rook? Like the syrup chugging challenge in Super Troopers. Finish it up, Rook. Gotta open the throat, relax the jaw. That's a funny movie. Not appropriate if you're 12. Better if you're like 15 or 16. Here's your Lucario GX, final GX in all likelihood of this video. So we hit the 30-minute mark. To finish up our 100-pack opening with Mesprit, Fighting Energy, Uxie, Looker, Rotom, Chimchar, Electric Energy, Poipole, a Magnezone, and a Choice Band. So all in all, not bad, but we definitely want to hit some more premium pulls in the last 10 boxes. Great news, looks like there's a full art in every box. Not so great news, we have a lot of work to do. So I hope you will be joining me, hopefully tomorrow, for what's going to be an exciting finale to a set that I initially just wanted to speed through and didn't want a whole lot to do with. But now, it's kind of fun for me. Regular GXs and Prisms were Lucario, Beast Energy, Palkia, Naganadel, Beast Energy, Lucario, Palkia, Dialga, Arceus, Lucario, Beast Energy, Dialga, Naganadel, Arceus, Lucario, Dialga. And for full arts, we've got Naganadel, the Energy Recycler, another Naganadel, and 2 of the Crasher Wake supporter. So, thank you, speaking of supporters, thank you for supporting this channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hitting the like button down below, as I know you did, because you're good little people. And I will see you back here tomorrow or possibly Sunday for the 10-box finale of Ultra Force, and hopefully we can pull some more great cards to send this set off nicely.